Recently, I was on a vacation, and while I was there, I had a lot of free time with me. So, in my free time, I was researching about this Elliott wave theory, and while I was doing that, out of nowhere, I came across an article which was about an amazing setup. So, what I did was I tried that and backtested it on chart. The best thing about that setup is that setup allows you to find pullback at the exact point. It also allows you to trade in a downtrending or an uptrending market. And the next thing is it has over an 80% of the win rate. The setup I'm talking about is called as two-legged pullback. What this means is there is this theory around which this setup is built. And the theory says that in a market, the price always moves in two, and most of the time the pullbacks happen in two. So let us try to understand this. So what this theory means is, let us say if the market is uptrending, right? The pullback which will occur from the top will always be in two, and then the price will continue to move in the direction it was earlier moving, right? So this here is called as two-legged pullback. Again, if the market is downtrending like this, the pullback which will occur will always be in two, and then the price will continue to move in the earlier direction. So this was the whole theory behind this two-legged pullback. Moving forward, I try to backtest this setup as much as I can so that I can build an actual strategy around it. And it worked well on 1 minute, 5 minutes, and 15 minutes time frame, but there was a major issue while I was trying to form a strategy around it. And the issue was how to actually find the two-legged pullback. Like, yes, while backtesting, I was able to find the two-legged pullback. But if we move to the live chart, where we don't know what is going to happen in future, it was quite hard to actually found or to know what is and what is not a two-legged pullback. And so to solve that major issue, I developed a technique to actually find the perfect two-legged pullback. So let us learn the technique to find two-legged pullback. Now there are a few steps to find a two-legged pullback, and the very first step is after you find a trend, move to the highest point, the high of it, and mark the high of it, right? If there is an uptrend, the pullback will be like this. And if there is a downtrend, the pullback will be like this. So the pullback will start from this point high. So the first leg will be this, then a pullback to this leg, and then the second leg. This will be the two leg. So what you have to do is first find the high of any trend. Like this is a trend, a small trend. And if we see, this is the high of it. After that, the price started to move down. And if you can see, the price is forming a ladder type structure. Like this was the first candle, then move down, then second candle, right? Then again move down, then third candle. So it moved down, third candle, then again move down, then fourth candle, right? So there is a ladder type structure forming over here. If you see, there is a ladder type structure which is formed over here. So until a new high is formed and this structure is violated, this will be our first leg, right? This is the first leg. Then we have the pullback to this leg. Now, why this is a pullback? Let us try to understand that. Here, the price was creating continuous lower low, and between this, no candle has violated or moved above the previous high. Like, let us say this was the high, the previous high, then this was the high, then this was the high. So this candle did not move above it. If it moves above it, the first leg will be complete. So like here, after this, the price moved above it. So this leg was complete after this, right? So this will be the first leg. Then the price moved up, and then it started to move down. After this pullback, whenever the price moves, when the pullback starts and the bearish candle moves below this candle, that is when we know that yes, the second leg has started. So this was the second leg. Here again a stair like structure, right? Price moving down and down and down and down, and no uh, and also here you can see that the price have not moved above this. That means the stair like structure is still intact. Now from here till here, you can see how the price at this point moved till an important area, and this will be the second leg. Now I will tell you how to enter into a trade. But now we are just learning how to count the legs. So this is how you count the or find the two-legged pullback. Now let us try to take another example of it. Let's see, over here we have one. Okay. Again here there was an uptrend, right? So we take this tool. Let me first clear this trade over here. So this was an uptrend. So what we did, we found the highest point. Now from here we are seeing that stair-like structure is forming, right, till this point. Now again, the price has not moved above this at all. Like this is a bullish candle, but it is not above this, and this is a bearish candle, right? So price has not violated our terms of finding leg. For that, this price have to move above this low, which has not happened over here. And again, price move down, move down, move down, and move down, right, till this point. Now again, if you see over here, price is moving up and up and up. Now from here, it started to move down, move down, move down, move down. Now this high is not violated yet. Okay, like this tried to move up, but then it was stopped over here itself. Then again it moved down till this point, right? So this was the first leg, pullback, second leg, so a two-legged pullback. After this, a pin bar. So we would have entered here and the price moved up. Now the reason why we did not end our count of this leg over here is, yes, there is a bullish candle, but if you can see, the stair-like structure is still intact because the price has not moved above it. And after this, let me clean the chart so that you can see it very clearly. So you can see price moved down, it was not able to move above it, it was not able to move above it, then again not above it, and this was a bullish candle, but this bullish candle did not finish above it. And again, this is a bearish candle, a bearish candle, bearish candle, bearish candle. So this, the stair-like formation which we are looking for is still intact until this point where we got a pin bar. Now here still the leg is intact, right? But this is a signal for us, and I will tell you how to use this in the strategy part. So this is how you find a two-legged pullback. Now let us move to the strategy part where I will tell you the indicators you are going to need and how to use the strategy. But before that, let me talk about the sponsor of this video. So this video is sponsored by xm.com, and xm.com is one of the top trusted global broker. It provides you with more than 1000 trading instruments, more than 800x leverage, and you can trade forex, CFDs and cryptos on this platform. And not only that, but xm.com provides you with a personal account manager, access to forex market research, webinars and many other video tutorials. And to open an account with this broker, go to my affiliate link given in the description below and get a sign up bonus. Now let us move to the strategy part. Now before I explain you the strategy, let me tell you about few common rules that you have to keep in mind. This strategy works on all the major and minor currency pairs. It works on commodities too. And the next thing is, this strategy works beautifully on 3-minute and 5-minute time frames because this is a scalping strategy. And the risk to reward that you are going to get with this strategy is 1-to-1. And the most amazing thing about this strategy is the win rate. You can get over 80% of win rate if you are able to find the two-legged pullback accurately. So these are all the common rules that I wanted you to know. Now there is this indicator that you are going to need for confirmation, that is the moving average, and that will be used to find the trend. And you are going to use two EMAs, that is exponential moving average. The first one is 25 EMA, that is 25 period moving average, and 50 period exponential moving average. So now let us learn about the strategy and what are the steps that you need to follow. The first step is, no matter whatever time frame you are on, like let us say you are on 3-minute time frame right now. So you will find the trend on 3-minute time frame itself. Like if you see over here, the trend is bullish. We don't want to know what is the trend on higher time frame because we are scalping here and we don't care which way the market is moving. Either it is uptrending or downtrending. What matters for us is what is the trend on the current time frame we are on. Like in this case, on the current time frame, that is 3-minute, the trend was up. And from here, we got to know that yes, the price is pulling back. So we waited for the price to move down. It moved down. It moved up. and it moved down again, and we count it as two-legged pullback. After this, what we have to do is we have to wait for a confirmation, right? Either you can use a moving average confirmation, that is, you can enter here when but we don't have the two legs here. I'm just using it as a reference. Or you have to wait for any support area or resistance area. So let us say this was the first pullback. That is first leg, then a pullback, then a second leg. At here, you can see how the price created a bullish pin bar, which was our entry confirmation. And if we draw a line from here, you can see how this was earlier the resistance, and now it is acting as a support. So what you will do quickly is, after you find two pullbacks, you will go to and enter a long position after a pin bar is formed. So over here, this was the support. So we have support, and we have another confirmation, that is a pin bar. You will keep your stop loss below this, and your risk to reward ratio will be 1 to 1. So you will exit over here. So you can see how exactly after the pin bar, the price quickly moved and you're out of the trade in profit. It is really that easy. While I was backtesting this video and trying it on my trading account, I was able to catch a few live trades. So I just want to show you how those live trades went, and it will give you an idea how to work on with this strategy in a live market. So let us see how to trade the live markets. This was the first live trade that I took, and if you can see, at this point over here, the price was moving down and we got two stair like structure. Then this candle was formed above the previous candle. That means first leg, a pullback, and then a second leg. And now we were at the moving average. That is the 25 period moving average. Now what I'm waiting for is a confirmation. We already have a support over here, but what I'm waiting for is another confirmation. So if you see, if I forward it a little, you can see how we got an engulfing candle at this point, right? And then after that, I entered a trade over here, and my risk to reward ratio is 1:1. So this price moved up, 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 and then after a while, you can see how the price hit our take profit area. So this was the first live trade that I was able to catch and record it. Now there are more to, let us see and run through each one. Now there is again this trade. If you see, what I'm doing here is the price was initially moving up, so I marked a high. And what mattered for me on this 1 minute time frame is the current trend, which was moving up. Then the price moved down, right? We got the first leg. After that, the price moved up, and then it again moved down. So now here I waited for a candlestick or something like that to form. And here I already had a doji plus a pin bar. So what I did was I entered at this point over here after the pin bar was formed. My stop loss was below it, and my take profit was such that I get 1:1 risk to reward ratio. Now let's see what happened with this trade. If you could see, the price moved, and it exactly moved till my level, and that too in only 2 to 3 minutes. That's how quick this strategy is. You just have to enter, and within few minutes you are already out of the trade, either in profit, which is most of the time, or in a small loss. That is why this strategy works so well, and you can earn a lot of money through it. Now again, this is a trade that I was able to catch. So let me forward it a little bit. You can see how from this point, first price moved down, then it moved up, right? A stair-like structure, and then it moved up, and then again a stair-like structure. So at this point, the price is at the moving average confluence zone. But what I'm doing is waiting for a nice pin bar or anything, or an engulfing candle or anything that gives me a confirmation. Now, before we move forward, let me tell you what confirmations you can use. You can either, like in the candlesticks, you can either use the engulfing candle or a pin bar or a bullish or bearish doji. I have seen that these are the candlesticks that works the best with this strategy. And you can also use a support and resistance. Like here, we have a support over here. This was initially a resistance, but then price moved above it, and now it was acting as a resistance. So I had a support, and so let's see what happens next. And I also had this doji type candlestick over here. What I did is I waited for the candle to finish, and then it's not exactly a doji, but fair enough for me. Then I entered over here, then waited for the price to move up, and you can see how the price moved. move till this exact level and then move down. Now let us take this trade example over here. We are on 3-minute time frame and the trend is up, right? The first thing that we do is find the trend. After that, I found a two-legged pullback. So here, this was the highest point. The price moved down with a stair-like structure, right? Then a pullback, then again it moved down. Now what I have to do is I have to either find a support or a moving average support and candlestick confirmation. So if we move forward, we had a pullback, and then we have a bullish pin bar over here at this support level plus a moving average confluence zone. That is the 25 and 50 period moving average confluence zone. So what I did was I entered after this candlestick was formed and my risk to reward ratio was 1:1. Like, let me show you if it was 1:1 or not. If you can see over here, it was exactly 0.97 or 1, okay, 1, right? So after that, you can see how the price moved down and then it moved up and our target area was hit by the price, and that too within 4 to 5 minutes or 6-minute max. This is how fast this strategy is. Like, this is the fastest strategy I've ever seen, and this is so much profitable. So this was the most craziest and the fastest scalping trading strategy that I've ever seen, which has over 80% of win rate. So I hope you liked it. Now please go and backtest it on the chart and start using it and see if this works for it. But always understand that no strategy can work without a proper or a decent risk management plan. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then make sure you hit the like button, and also do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching.